gets more applicants than Oxbridge.
Oh yeah, I applied for Love Island. I forgot to say this. I applied for it. Yeah, this was about a year or two. I forgot about this. A year or two.
Do you know what? I am tempted to apply.
Honestly,
I am so tempted to.
The questions are hilarious because that was everyone was talking. I think this was like.
Surely it's just how many followers do you have?
No.
Are you a model?
Back in the day when I applied for it a year or two ago, it literally
when you were
the
just
first,
out of the modelling agency.
Yeah, I was just out there, like
fresh on the
I
block.
had a few followers, but I wanted to improve my portfolio, my PR portfolio.
Walked away from it all now.
Yeah, I don't do it anymore.
Yeah, and
yeah, I mean, you do a great commercial for the Milky Bar Kid.
Yeah, exactly. The Milky Bar, first job I got.
I've got
that's
an
what got me.
anecdote for that. Actually, after you're done.
After the thing. So literally, you get the little thing on ITV2. ITV2 asks you like, the first questions are, which celebrity would you have sex with, or which celebrity you want to have sex with? And it's like, all right, then whatever. And then it's like, which past contestant of Love Island would you have sex with? And that's all it's about, is relationships. And it was like, if you could have a perfect partner, or like, what do you think is that?
Are you allowed to be saying this?
Yeah. Well, probably. Cats out the bag, ITV2. Yeah, but then it was like,
oh my God, we've heard it here. We've heard it here first.
No, it's not like anyone could just go on and apply.
More people apply than Oxbridge. I think we're allowed to talk about the questions.
Yeah. And there's also things coming. It was like, what is your best feature? What do you think is the most important feature in somebody else?
What is your best feature?
I don't know. That's for what would I even have picked? I've got the hair. I've got the hair. Got the hair. Swishy. Yeah. Can do some hair adverts. But yeah, it was a ridiculous form of literally, and it was nothing about like, what about, I don't know, morals or job or it was very much like image like, how impressive is this? How much do you think is important with that? It was very like, but there's nothing about mental health or anything like that. There was nothing about kind of like, how do you feel in situations under pressure? I don't know. There was no questions like that. It wasn't like a job interview. It was more of a kind of like that somebody, maybe like a producer, would read it and go like, this person's ridiculous. I want them on the show.
In fairness, like if the further you got on, they probably would have asked you. You'd assume they would have asked more questions.
Didn't get through the first round.
Did you genuinely want to go on the show?
I wanted to see.
Or did you just do it for lols?
I think I was.
Was this in the journalism years?
This was when I was training. Yeah, I was very bored during a lesson. Yeah, so it was. Yeah, I didn't get past the first round.
So
shame.
I am gonna apply for 2020.
Do it.
And if I suddenly get veneers and I can't get lip fillers, but something else, then don't ask me why, okay? Because I
want this. I really want this.
I'll be contractually bound to not tell you. Anecdote quickly about Milky Boy Kid, and then I've got a comment to make about the application process and why I ask questions about features and all that kind of crap. Anyway, so when my dad went to school, one of his school friends was the Milky Boy Kid.
Oh, wow.
Milky Way Kid.
Milky Bar Kid.
Milky Bar Kid. And...
probably a Milky Bar man.
And he told me this story about how they used to, like, all of him and his mates used to, like, make a big thing out of it, run around after him singing the Milky Bar Kid song. And that
Frosty's Kid. Remember the Frosty's Kid?
It made the Milky Bar Kid cry.
Well, didn't he?
There's been quite a few.
Yeah,
but I know one killed themselves.
Yeah.
So wait.
That might have been the Frosty's guy, but then it turned out he wasn't dead.
So wait. So my dad bullied this. So my dad bullied this kid.
Yeah.
But like teasing bullied, not like horrible bullying.
Yeah.
But then I was like, I wonder what happened to this guy, because that's kind of interesting. My dad was like, I don't know. My dad didn't care. So I look up all of the Milky Way kids, and one of them that's about the right period of time when my dad would have been at like primary school, or was talking about how he got bullied for being the Milky Bar Kid, which led to him quitting. He wanted to be an actor. He quit. He turned to like drugs and drink because he couldn't deal with being a Milky Bar Kid, and he was like a recovering drugs and alcohol. And I literally went up to my dad and was like, "Was it this guy?"
Yeah.
My dad didn't take an interest, so I don't know if it was that guy. But I was like, you just know that one of them got bullied and his life got ruined from that.
He's thrown into the limelight too.
The butterfly effect.
Yeah.
So I guess that's a really old.
I take back my joke about you being the Milky Barker.
Yeah,
that's
true.
That's
it starts off as a tease and then escalates.
But this is the memes. This is like the memes of the 60s.
They were playground memes.
You think it's a joke and someone else takes it really personally. But anyway, so there's this character. There's this person that went on Love Island called Amy, and before Amy went in, because they find out like 6 months before I think they go in that they're going to go in, and if you go in, you must have the mindset of like, I'm probably going to make a lot of money now just from doing basically nothing, just putting pictures on my Instagram. So you must spend a lot of money because 6 months, that's enough time for you to go.
You can go pretty fucking wild.
I can't diet that well, but I can get lipo or something like that. Like one of those, or I can get like my body altered so that I look beach body ready, because they all look beach body ready. She had a boob job. She had veneers put in.
What are veneers?
It's teeth.
Oh yes, yeah.
To the point where like when she talked, it looked like they were too big for her mouth. And she had lip fillers done. The whole time she was on there, she was so vulnerable. She'd never had a relationship before. She very quickly got into this half relationship with this guy Curtis. She put all of her eggs into this basket. She was talking about how he would make a great uncle to her like niece. She was talking about weddings. She was talking about all of this stuff that you do when you're like 13. You've got your first boyfriend. You think it's going to be forever. And it's not, and then you have a big cry about it, and she had to go through all of that on TV because Curtis dumped her in a pretty horrible way, and she ended up leaving the show. So there was like the day before she left, they said that they'd brought therapists into the villa.
She apparently had 12 sessions.
This is one part of Love Island that's different to Big Brother, is that Big Brother was putting people into a box and then shaking the box, whereas Love Island is producers walking around and going, it's fine that you're like getting on with so and so, but have you considered that someone else might come along and get them, and there's the recoupling soon, and you should probably just try and like flirt with them a bit more, like trying to make good TV by going in there and going up to them. So anyway, they had these therapists in there talking to her, and then a day later she left. And it was pretty noble what she did. She was just like, I'm not going to be ready to meet someone else before this show ends, and I don't think you should be limited by feeling bad every time you flirt with someone else that I'm going to take it badly. So then she left. But anyway, she's so fragile, and she definitely should never have been on Love Island. And
so
I think
she shouldn't have been let on then?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. And I don't think that whatever the vetting process is for Love Island, I don't feel like it could be good enough because someone like that got on there.
Then surely that shows they haven't learned from two people killing themselves, which means surely that's more of a case for being cancelled than
the issue is they want drama. They want like something different, something weird to happen. That's why they're.
That's what they want. But then what they publicly say is that they want everyone to be great, is to feel great.
Yeah, the issue is if you watch
you can't say one thing and act a completely different way.
If you basically put on a bunch of reasonable, like very boring.
Oh, of course you can't. Of course you can't. But my point is, I'm fine with it being on. As long as, what I'm not fine is the way that they got rid of Jeremy Kyle when putting it in the same basket, because I think that's obviously what happened is they wanted to get rid of Jeremy Kyle, but they wanted to get rid of it in a way that made them look good, and that was by saying we're doing this for mental health. That's what we're doing it for.
I'm not sure though. You could just say that your like standards and guidelines have been raised and that it didn't qualify, and I think a lot of people would have understood rather than.
But they didn't say that.
Yeah, I know, that's what I'm saying, they could have done.
Yeah, they could have done, but either way, they didn't do it in a particularly good way.
I think they could have done that quite easily.
Then why didn't they?
because I think they did want to keep the show. It was still getting views.
They have to keep Love Island just because it's such a big thing.
Well,
just like you said,
they want
the merchandise, the all the marketing, the branding, and all the, as you said, all the other deals you've got with other companies to try and like push this idealism like out there, means that they can't really pull the plug yet because, you know, money.
Oh no, of course. I did not expect them.
I mean, eventually the views will taper off and it will kind of quieten down. It's not going to be a forever show, but it's definitely in its height right now. And they keep getting. Last year they had Danny Dyer's daughter.
Yeah, who's also called Danny Dyer. Am I right in thinking that? Yeah.
So they're gonna keep trying to get people who are more culturally relevant and interesting way.
What was the thing about this year? Do you remember what everyone was talking about this year?
They got Tyson Fury's brother in there.
No, they took this thing about there being a curvy model on the. Do you know what I mean? Because everyone was talking about how Love Island is this. Everyone's super skinny and beach body on there, and then they got. I didn't see, but they got somebody else on there, and everyone was chatting about that, being like, oh. And then people were saying she's not curvy enough, or she is curvy, or she's too curvy, and it's just like, this is the problem with this show. Is that person
in a fake way?
Yeah, this is what I'm
in a fake way. But see, you just made a really good example of this exact point. Is it whoever you put in there, it's not going to be right. It's not going to be perfect.
No. What I was trying to say is that this probably will happen in 6 months when she found out, and she was like, "Oh my god, I'm going to be on TV. I need to look really curvy and got like
the thighs, something like that." So this is it. Is that that was obviously. I remember because they were doing it was perfect PR. Was that they brought that story out like a week before the show, so everyone had time to chat about it. So when the first episode came out, everyone was talking about Love Island, and there was controversy in the chat about it, and it meant it was getting in the papers and on TV. It was great, like PR politics. So I think they will keep sustaining it by like throwing stuff that in there just to get people chatting.
Kind of do like a Big Brother did, but just try and not do exactly what Big Brother did, basically.
I mean, they've improved the format because what people always were interested in the Big Brother is arguments and relationships, and Love Island is basically nothing other than those two things.
Yeah. Do they do tasks in Love Island?
They do challenges.
Challenges, okay. Yeah, okay. But I guess that's just to fill it out a bit.
Well, they kind of have to, because otherwise it's kind of other ways.
They do challenges. They have something called a hideaway, and they go on dates. And those are the only times that they leave the villa. On TV, anyway. I think on Sundays they all leave, and the cleaners come in and do it. And another weird thing about Love Island is that I never see anyone eating. Saw someone eating. Saw someone eating a sandwich, or cooking, like cooking an actual meal. Apart from when they have to. Like, I saw someone eating a sandwich, and I was like, finally, someone's eating some food.
In fairness, though, that's not really.
No, but if you're thinking all of these people are just like wandering around, eventually someone's going to be eating lunch when someone else comes over to them and says, "You know what? The other day you really pissed me off. We need to talk about it." Like. But chances are, or like two people are having a conversation, someone in the background is having a snack. Like,
I love that they were like in the corners on the sofa just eating a baguette. That was amazing, wasn't it?
They can't. It is really
on the same sofa, on the other end, like
cut to
pans.
Do you want me to go?
It'd be like fucking Tea and Sympathy, where you've got like Lewis and Volga just slurping the straw.
Well, that's a rule that you can't have crisps on there.
Too noisy.
Well, you can't have crisps.
You can't. It's too noisy.